Good morning. Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Hump day, Wednesday, feels like hump day too. I'm not sleeping very well lately, and this happens every year in rainy season. It wakes me up. I just get so used to fine weather. It wakes me up through the night, and then I don't get back to sleep again. So I've been up since like 2:30. Went out for a run early this morning, but that was hard because it was dark. And it's been raining so much that there's landslides, there's holes, it's dangerous in the dark running. So I had to go really slow and really carefully. So that's my story today. What's yours? How are you? Let's do some mini reads. Have we got any booked in? No, not yet. If you want a mini read, if you want a one question reading, you're very welcome to book in right now. If you're on here live with me, I've popped a link for it in the chat box there, in the live chat box. If you're not on here live with me, if you're watching the replay, you can still book in and I'll do it right at the start of the next live show. You can come along to the next live show, or I'll just send you the link to the replay after I've done it. And then you can check out your reading after that. So get those booked in if you want one. Otherwise, I'm going to be pulling out some cards. I've got a bad makeup day today. It's falling apart already. And it's because I was tidying things up. You know when you order stuff, right? Skincare, hair care, whatever you order, like Sephora or anywhere else, you get a load of little samples, right? Do you do that, or is it just me? I get so much free stuff sent to me. So I have a bag full of hair care stuff, and it's full of all these little samples. And I decided, because I'm like, I've got enough. I've got so many that I use them for travel, but there's so many. There's already like travel sizes in my travel bag. I don't need that much of it. So I started emptying all the little sachets and everything out into the big versions of it, just to tidy up. And I did stuff like that yesterday. And through, hey Maria. And while I was doing that, I found these little sachets, and it's a makeup brand. I can't remember which now. A makeup brand, and it said like glowy serum, and I thought, oh, that's a glow thing to put underneath your makeup. Well, it's not. I put it on and I'm like, this doesn't feel right. And then I tried to put the makeup on top, and the makeup just like curdled. It just broke it up, and it was such a mess. But I persisted, and I put another layer on, and it's still not good. So bad makeup day. Only got like 4.5 hours sleep. Got a cat in with me. Hey Brenda. Brenda. She meows a lot. She's very loud. So that's that. She gets up on the table as well, which isn't great. But there you go. Let's get some cards out. So I'm going to be pulling some cards and channeling for the collective and see what the guides want to tell us today. I don't know whether it's going to be about relationships or what. Let's see. Could be about relationships, could be about abundance, could be about anything. Could be about alignment, tuning in, and all of that stuff. We will see. What did I do yesterday? Yeah, I tried to go to the new gym yesterday, and they turned me away. They've got a private group there from a French gym at the moment, and they're leaving in a couple of days, and he said it's all private classes at the moment. It's like, come back in a few days. I'm like, okay, so I went to the old gym, Muay Thai, worked out yesterday morning. Again, did my shopping, rode around. The floods weren't too bad. It wasn't as flooded as I thought it would be, the island. And again, I got some sunshine, and I got some shopping in, came home, and then it started raining again. So I think that's the pattern now. It's like, it's the first thing in the morning like this, it's okay. There can be a little bit of sun, but then it'll start raining, and it'll rain through until about 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and then it'll be okay again. It's a bit much. I'm glad it's not like this all year round. Right, what have we got on the cards? We've got 5 of Pentacles and the Death card. Okay. 5 of Pentacles is that long, slow walk in the snow alone. It's If we want to make a change in our life, we have to just keep on proceeding forward. And although we want it to be comfortable, and we want other people to be there along the way, and we want those things that we've asked for along the way too, we want our manifestations to happen, there's still a perseverance that we need to have, and we need to just continue. Even though it's difficult, it's like starting a business. You've got to continue, keep on putting your efforts into it, even though you're not getting money back from it. In fact, you're sinking money into it and all your time and everything. You've got to not go for those short-term gains and go for the long-term gains, and just keep on going, persevere, see your goal ahead of you. Because there's a big transformation. This death and rebirth, it's an internal job. I need to read it from the book, the Death and Rebirth card from this book. See what it's got. Because I'm really feeling like we're talking about an internal job here of a death and rebirth. What are you doing, Brenda? She's very strong. She's a very strong cat. She like pushes things over. She pushes that hard. She almost knocked this off the table before. I had to throw her off. Okay, death. Death. Where are you? Here we go. In front of a beautiful green garden, we see a woman whose upper chest is an open rib cage. Partly skeleton, she seems to be dead, but she's in fact full of life. Yeah, when things aren't happening, everything's happening behind the scenes. There's a lot going on inside of ourselves, right? The inner work and those inner changes precede the outer changes, the manifestations. Her body is the vessel for blooming flowers. The white lilies emerging out of her skeleton are a symbol of purity, innocence, and hope. The woman gazes at a butterfly resting on one of the lilies, a symbol of resurrection and life. The butterfly also stands for transformation, change, and hope. The card shows us that death is not the end, but the start of a new, powerful beginning. Now, yeah, there is that. We often don't want to face it because there's a letting go to do, and we feel like there's going to be nothing beyond that. So often it can be about acceptance. There's something that we need to accept, but we don't want to accept that because we don't want it to be true, and we don't realize that the truth and the manifestation of the opposite is on the other side of the letting go. It's a weird thing. We cling on to what isn't true instead of accepting it, and so that we can actually move forward. Now, I don't know what I'm talking about here. I mean, I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know how it applies to you. You're going to have to apply what I'm saying. Whatever the changes that you want in your life at the moment, it starts out as an inner change, and you have to persevere and not succumb to the short-term comforts. In other words, don't settle for the short-term comforts. Keep on persevering, and it's an inner game. How are you, Maria? And how's everyone that's watching but being silent? Pop a message if you're watching me here live. I have to know who you are. Got the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is about getting yourself from A to B. And to get yourself from where you are at the moment to where you want to be requires an internal shift first. It's a state, a change of state, taking us from a place of unbelieving or doubt or focus on the wrong things. We know if we're focused on the wrong things because we have a bad attitude. Bad attitude or negative feelings when we think those thoughts. Six of Swords, it's like we get ourselves there in our energy first, and then the manifestation comes about down the line. Hey Bonnie, good to see you. Evening for you, is it? Morning for me. Yeah, so can you see how she's up here in the clouds, right? Clouds in the sky. She's got to get herself like above that island first in her mind before she can anchor it down. It's like we'll constantly ask when we want to manifest something, whether it's a relationship or money or a car or a house or whatever it is. We keep on asking the universe to take us there. And the universe is like, okay, yes, you can have it, you can have it, you can have it. But you've got to take yourself there in your mind first. And that doesn't mean just imagine it and then it's going to like drop down in front of you. It's about getting in alignment. What do I mean by getting in alignment? I mean, when your thoughts are aligned with truth, like, so the universe agrees with you. You know when you're having an aligned thought because it feels really good. And you know when you're having a thought that isn't aligned with what you want because you feel really bad. So, manifesting a partner. If our story is, they're all cheaters, they're all players, right? That doesn't feel good. So we need to turn that around. Not to the opposite, they're all amazing. They're all divine masculine, because that's bullshit, and we don't want to bullshit ourselves, but we want to tell the truth. There's all kinds of people out there, and there is someone that is, there are those, not just someone. There are people that are aligned with me. There are people that are great. There are people looking for exactly what I'm looking for. You see, when you start, hello Clara, when you start turning it around like that, you start to feel better, and that's when you know you're getting toward more of the aligned thoughts. And then if you can get yourself to a state of like feeling really good, then you know that you're really close, you know? And we've got to keep, if you manage to do that, then make note of what those thoughts are, write them down, and then you can read them again so that you don't have to go through the process of finding it again. Top off. I don't understand why you say that. So, Six of Swords, you've got to get yourself there, and we do it in our minds. We get ourselves there in our minds. Where's that cat? Brenda! It's strange having you in the house, Brenda. So Brenda's the feral cat that she's been around for a long time. Chicken Cat hated her because Chicken Cat hated every cat, but now Chicken Cat's gone. She's been hanging around a lot more, and she's always outside, like when I wake up. That's what Chicken Cat used to do all the time. He used to wake up in the morning, look out the curtain, and Chicken Cat would be there going, meh. She's taken over now, which is kind of sweet. So I guess I'm taking care of her now. Four of Swords. I'm certainly feeding her each morning now. Four of Swords is about the beginning of healing ourselves. So how can we turn those thoughts around? Because the negative thoughts, a lot of them come up because of the hurt, right? And we feel like we're protecting ourselves with those negative thoughts. So we've suffered. We've been hurt by people, but by something. By abundance not being there, or whatever it is, we've been hurt. We've got to heal from that. Otherwise, the stories that we tell that we think are protecting us, like they're all cheats, they're all liars, or whatever it is. Oh yeah, she died a couple of weeks ago. I miss her so much. So sad. She took a long time to die as well. Wow, she was holding on for a long time. She was so very sick and on the verge of death for months. She went through all of her 9 lives, I think. So yeah, the Four of Swords is that healing. It's the internal healing. That's why we've got to do the internal healing, right? Because the not being healed feeds, though, the misaligned thoughts. It does. Because we've got to protect ourselves. If we've got a wound, we've got to protect ourselves. And if we've got to protect ourselves with the not truth, then it stands in our way. Did I make that clear? I hope so. So for example, if you had a really hard time in childhood because there was no money around and your parents were arguing and because they were so scared because there's a lack of money, and that really affected you, and you've got money issues because of it, and that could really, and there's wounding there, and then that could really affect you now, that there's always a fear there, and there's always doubt there, and there's always intense fear about it. until you heal that, you're going to keep on recreating it, because the stories that you tell yourself have you recreating it. And the stories that you're telling yourself about it, you think are protecting you from going through the same thing as your parents went through, or you went through as a child, and along with your parents, because they were struggling too. But the thing that you're thinking is keeping you in that. It's keeping you in it. It's ensuring that you do live that same thing. That's the thing. So the stories that we come up with to try and protect ourselves doesn't protect us at all. Good, makes good sense. Good. Oh, good. It's going to rain again. There's a shift. There's a shift in the light. The clouds are turning down the dimmer switch. Oh, it's just non-stop storms here at the moment. It's crazy. Got the 10 of Wands. You've got to put those burdens down. And in order to put those burdens down, we've got to reveal them. We've got to uncover those stories, the wounding in the stories, and get to the bottom of it. Because there is lack out there for sure, but there's also abundance too. There are players out there, but there are also people with great hearts too that aren't players. There are people that will cheat, but there's also those that are loyal too. You know, there's everything and everybody out there. You know, rather than doing this show, I think I might change it, because it's obviously, I think I'm here just to help a few, right? So I think this one question reading, well, it's obviously not working because people aren't booking in anymore. So I was thinking, instead of this, of having classes instead, paid classes, say with 4 or 5 people in, and so that I can be one-on-one, using my readings and everything, and teaching something like this, not just teaching you and telling you to do it and like, go ahead, do it yourself, which is difficult, but actually using my readings to help that small group through it. Let me know what you think about that. Like a themed class, so you're all kind of wanting to manifest something similar. I think that would be really useful, like, and get deeper into it all, you know? And actually help you, instead of you like floundering around with the information but having to do it yourself after I've given you the information. Let me know what you think of that idea. It might be a better use of my time, I'm thinking, and more fun and better, and like have better results. There's some Taurus, they're going to get rained on. Look. Cat. You like that idea, Bonnie? Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I wonder if I can do it on YouTube. I'll check it out. I'll check out like there's like memberships or something. I've never really looked at it, at what's possible in there, but there's like join buttons, and I just wonder if I can kind of do it that way, or if it's going to have to be on another platform. Because I used to do this kind of thing years ago, take groups through healings and stuff like that. But that was like webinars. That was before we had any of this live streaming stuff on social medias. I think it would be more helpful, and it would move you forward, forward faster, I'm sure. Because I'm getting really clearly now, I'm not here to help the masses. I'm here to help, just because a lot of, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm way beyond the majority of people. And so, and I've just never found that that's my place, you know, to reach the majority of people. Just those that are drawn to me, in which case I can stop trying to reach the masses. I'm doing it in that kind of way and do it in a different kind of way. It's going to rain, Brenda. Are you falling asleep? She's falling asleep, sat up. Yeah, sit there and fall asleep. sit there and fall asleep, Brenda. Because Queen of Cups, time to receive the Hierophant. Yeah. It's about receiving, and you can only receive once you've got those spiritual lessons. The inner work is just so important. You enjoy my reading, especially when I did the monthly astrology signs. There's just so much work doing the 12 videos like that, even if it's just each month. With not much coming from it, you know, not receiving from it. Like the pick a card reads are good, at least like I sell deeper dives for that. But the monthlies, there's nothing comes from that. Hierophant and Queen of Cups. It's not necessarily a block to receiving that we're talking about here. It's getting in alignment, and then you'll be able to receive what it is that you have been asking for. Where's the cat gone? I don't really trust her yet. I could trust Chicken Cat. She has been in here before, but it was when it was in the winter time, not rainy season time, but winter time where you can have the windows and doors open because it's cool enough outside. Anyway, what else can we go into here? So let's get some cards out. You know, because I'm talking about those, the idea of doing the group classes. There's only so much I can do with these general readings. We can't get that deep in it unless I get into your personal situations. And the one question readings, although good, it's just a little bit frivolous, really. I can do much better than that. I can do way better than that with more time and, you know, some group and stuff. And perhaps that would just be, you know, 1 hour instead of these shows. It's raining. Private, but a small group. Private readings are always where it's at, rather than these general readings. The general readings really are just kind of to show what I can do so that those of you that resonate can work with me. Like know how I read and stuff like that. Okay, cards. Oh, guess what I ordered yesterday? Class on wound healing. Yeah, I mean, it's all going to be centered around healing because that's what I do. Yeah, that would be good, right? You know this deck, it's the Love Pack by Chuck Spezzano. I was trying to find the Enlightenment pack. They're out of print, these. I found this secondhand and I bought it. I think it came from the UK. And I've been looking for the Enlightenment pack. Well, I looked again yesterday. I was doing a little bit of online clearing up stuff. And I came across the shop in Bangkok online that sells cards, and there was this incredible Christmas deck, but they'd sold out of it. And I was like, I really would have loved that one, a tarot deck. Anyway, I don't know why, but I just Googled that Enlightenment deck, and there was one available on Amazon in America. At $150 or something like that. It was worth it. I purchased it. Like $60 postage. I mean, they're out of print, so the prices are sky high. But even the book about it was selling for $55 in America. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to getting those because they are great cards. I would be using them right now. Is the reason that I mentioned them. I would use that deck right now to get deeper into it. But I don't have them. So what should we do? What should we do, Brenda? She's a bit freaked out. What shall we do? I don't want the Normand. Oh, let's do these ones. Yeah, these ones. I haven't seen these ones for a while. We haven't seen these ones for a while. Oh, I hate the rain. It's driving me crazy. Oh. Electric buggies picking up the tourists who are hiding from the rain. Solitude. Oh yeah. I mean, that's the Five of Pentacles. There's something about we've got to do this alone. I mean, we can have help, but it's a path to walk alone. In other words, some of you are like, I will face that stuff once I've got someone in my life. And this reading is saying, no, you won't. You will do that stuff and then get someone in your life. We don't want to do the healing alongside someone else, because the someone else that we bring in is not going to be the person that sticks around. And I've even noticed that with friendships, you know. I'm really drawn toward those still that I've kind of got problems. They're the ones that I connect with, like on a deeper level. The ones, not just that have got problems, everyone's got problems, but the ones that have got problems but have still got their heart intact, you know, that are still loving and giving and all of that. And I think this real solid friendships will come in that will last once kind of this alignment happens. Solitude. Once you embrace the inner divine and your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or chasing. Did you see that meme that I put on social media yesterday? It said, what did it say? Not you got this. No. Everything's changed. I changed everything on here. I can't find stuff. Here we go. What's new in photos? Don't care. This one. Trust the timing of your life. Trust the timing of your life. Trust the timing of it all. Everything is happening in divine timing at the right time. You are where you're meant to be right now. And even though that doesn't feel true, does it? It doesn't feel true if we don't have the manifestations that we want. But this is saying that kind of the same thing. Solitude. Once you embrace the inner divine, let's take this word by word, because otherwise we read through it and don't really get it. What the hell is embracing the inner divine? Like, what is that? What is that, embracing our inner divine? It is knowing who we really are. It's letting everything else fall away. We're not our stories. We're not this muggle. We're not our body. We're not even our mind. We're a spirit that has got all of those things, having this experience. And when we connect in with that spirit, the one that's all powerful is just kind of having this experience, the one that can do all those, like the one that's connected with source, the one that can do all of that magical kind of a stuff. Once we're like, oh yeah, that's who I am. That's who I really am. Let's start operating from that level. That's what embracing the inner divine is. Sometimes we need to meditate regularly in order to do that, to remind ourselves. Or you can have apps like this Stop it. See this? This app is called something or other. What's it called? Structured. And it gives structure to your day. You can see there's a blue thing in Psychic Cafe there, and we're halfway through Psychic Cafe. Exactly, in fact, 8:30. And so it kind of keeps me on track. But you see I've got my lunch there to remind me to actually eat. And then in the afternoon, and before Psychic Cafe, I had an align thing. It pops up and it says align. And it's just, when that pops up, I focus on gratitude, like who I really am, and just my intentions, get those high levels of intentions for the day kind of thing, and for the Psychic Cafe and stuff like that. And then in the afternoon, I've got it again, align. And then in minute intervals, I've got happiness, abundance, health, and love. And then kind of a general gratitude thing at the end. And so as it pops up on my devices, and it says like happiness. And so for 1 minute, I'm focused on, so grateful that I'm happy now, so grateful that I'm healed now, and that I actually feel happy, and there's not a layer of anxiety. And I just go through all stuff like that, just things like that, reminding us to tune in, to tap in. That can really help. And there's so many apps and things, even if you're just using like the reminder on your phone, to help us do that. You can even set it as a list. If you've got an iPhone, you can set it as a list, or any Apple device, in fact. I'm not sure about Android. But in the Reminders app, you can create a list, and you can list all of the things that you want to be reminded about. So align or gratitude or whatever it is, and put them all in there. But rather than set a time to do it, you can have it as or you can set it as like a random thing popping up as well. You can do all kinds of things like that. Well, my watch has something similar. You can set it to like remind you to breathe, but I've found that is intrusive, and it wants me to do it when it's not a good time for me to do it. Like it'll pop up when I'm working and stuff like that. At least with this app, I've got a little bit more control, and I put it like before Psychic Cafe starts, and I put it before I'm going to be working on other stuff, and I put it in the afternoon after I will have finished my work and stuff. Yeah. So once you embrace the inner divine, that needs to be an active process, something that we keep on reminding ourselves to do. Otherwise, we just get in the muggle world and we get carried away with our, responding to the physical world, and it's just like lowest level of who we really are. And your own sacred solitude, so embracing our own sacred solitude, being cool, being by ourselves. What's she doing? Hang on, I need to check where she is. Oi! Oh, you're there. What are you doing? You want to go out? Crazy cat. Okay, so embracing our inner solitude, our own sacred solitude, so being happy by ourselves. You don't have to be happy, but sacred solitude, it's getting to that place where we've got everything that we need within us, everything that we need within us, and just being cool about that. The right people arrive at the right time, and that's why I showed you that meme. To fully believe that we're right on time, we're exactly where we need to be. It's such a relaxing thought, that. It's not if you're pushing against it. If you believe the opposite of that, then you'll feel terrible. But if you keep on focusing on that and talk yourself around that you're exactly where you need to be right now. That gets you in the moment. And not just in the moment now, but it gets you believing in the moment. Gets you believing that this moment is where you need to be and you've got everything inside you right now to attract what it is that you want. And it comes in the now. It's not something that can be explained. It's got to be something that's experienced. Exactly on schedule, without forcing or chasing. We don't need to make it happen. In fact, the more we try and make things happen, the less it happens. It's a matter of getting ourselves to that place of believing. And then it doesn't just magically show up. There's stuff that we need to do, but then when we're in the moment and we're believing the moment, we're believing that we've got this connection, we're believing who we really are. That's the place where we'll have those ideas. That's the energetic place where we'll have those ideas, that place of connection where we'll be given the clues. That's why it's within us. Because if we can get ourselves into that inner state, those answers come from within. Not answers, but clues, ideas, all of that kind of stuff. It comes. That's the stuff that comes exactly on schedule. It doesn't happen if we don't go within. And this is the reason that I said, and have said, the best decision ever in my life, and I've made a lot of good decisions in my life, but the best decision I ever made was when I was faced with time by myself after being a mother for a very long time, and I was confronted with that. Rather than filling up that time with going out and drinking and socializing with friends and whatever, watching TV or what, I decided I was going to fill it with meditation. That was the best decision I've ever made in my life. That was a pivotal moment for me. If you make a decision like that, all of this discomfort, I'm going to fill that space with meditation. You will absolutely get to what this is saying, to that state where you're just magical. And when I did that, magic started happening, literally. Literally things were manifesting and dropping out of the air. Impossible things. Things that just didn't make sense. They're 1 minute, they're not then, Suddenly things were showing up. They weren't there, they weren't physically there. And my guys were going, you see, your reality, it's not what you think it is. It's not as real as you think it is. These things can show up. And that will happen. It will. That magic will happen, but we can't just rely on that magic. Do you know what I mean? We can't go, oh, abundance. I'm just going to sit here and wait for it magically to come about. Because if you do that, then you are ignoring the magical being that you are. And the guides want to work through us too, right? So they want us to be interacting with other people. They want us to be helping other people. They want us to be interacting with this life. And so we need to be part of the game too. But not forgetting who we really are. Body. Interesting. Body says, show me, divine, how to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. So we're not our body really, but we do have one and we've got to take care of it because otherwise it distracts us. How is it like sitting in meditation when your foot's going numb? Are you getting pins and needles? You got an itch and all of that stuff. We've got to take care of our body. In order to take care of our body, we've got to accept where we're at the moment and see where we're at the moment too. It's important. It is important to take care of our bodies. So this isn't about just tuning into our higher self and a divine and then forgetting that we need to participate in the world, providing service and support and value to the world, being part of that community collective. also the collective that is our body, because it is a collective. It's a community. Our bodies are a community. We have less of our own DNA in this body that we've got than other things' DNAs. We are more bacteria and viruses and microbiome and all kinds of things. There's more DNA of all of the rest of the community than there is us. Now, we've probably got, oh, wasn't doing that, but there you go. We've probably got the majority hold. Do you know what I mean? There's not one bacteria that's got like more DNA than us ourselves. But we're a community. And so, why was I saying that? I don't know. That community responds to our leadership. Ooh. Not those cards. Let's get one more card out. Does anyone want a one question reading? Book yourself in now. There's a link. How many people have we got on? This show's getting worse and worse. It's like 2 people watching. 2 people watching. I need to stop doing this. It's taking my YouTube channel down. It literally is. This show not being popular, YouTube's like, oh, nobody watches our channel. Let's not show pick a card reader or dailies to anybody too. I need to stop doing this. Change, but I don't want to stop connecting in with you guys. Change. Don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. You can say to love, source, just show me the first step and change me into the one that can take it. I like that. Screenshot it. Change. Don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. You can say source, love, abundance, whatever you want to call it, God, guides. Just show me the first step and change me into the one that can take it. That's what we're asking for. That's what we're asking for in manifestations. We're not asking for it to just plop in front of us. We're asking for the first step, for the idea that will take us there, and to help us change and align into the person that's receptive of that. That's what we're asking for. Right. What we all say, no, we're not. We're asking for it just to be given to us. It's like we're not really. We're asking to be shown the way to it, which includes the way to aligning ourselves internally and also the action to take, the first action to take, and then we'll follow that path. So don't scare yourself with it. You've got everything it takes. Okay. Got to do the work and take the steps forward. Absolutely. We've got to do that internal work. And we need to remind ourselves too, it's not all about internal work, but everything needs to be preceded by that internal work, which is why I use those apps to remind myself, to get intentional. That's why there's one before I start work. It pops up so that I'm like, oh yeah, let's be intentional. There is nothing more powerful. There's been nothing more powerful in my business than when I've got these kind of reminders. When I don't start work, I sit at my desk and I'm like, right, I'm ready to work, right, meditate. And I meditate and I focus on, first of all, like gratitude on what it is that I want, of who I'm going to connect with and who I'm going to help and stuff like that. That is really powerful. And that's when I get my ideas. Okay, so that's what we got today. That's what we got. Thanks everyone for coming along, the 2 of you. It's really bad, 2 people. Oh no. Okay, I'll think on it, the classes. And then sort something out, and I'll check out the join thing, membership things here on YouTube and see if that is a possible way of doing that. I'm not sure. But if I am doing that kind of thing, it's going to have to pay me. I can't keep on doing like free stuff because my savings are plummeting. I need to make it work for me too so that it's sustainable so I can carry on doing it now that YouTube isn't working in the way that it was for me. I need to do different. So there you go, everybody. I will let you know about all of that. Stay in touch. Don't forget, join, if you're not in our Facebook group, get in our Facebook group. Get in our face. It's called Psychic Cafe Club, and the link for it is here. There in the live chat. Join us there. And have a good one, everyone. Let's do this all over again in 2 days' time on Friday. And see what we've got then. Of course, my private readings and everything are available until then. And if you do have ideas about that group stuff, let me know. And have a good one, everybody. I'll see you next time.